So we're back.
GM, we're back.
Just going to be me and Cook this week. As per usual, OSF is some form of traveling. I don't know where the hell he is. Actually, I do know where he is. It's pretty cool, actually. I don't even know if that's Alpha or not, but he's there's some cool stuff with OSF today. I think he's in New York to do something. And then KBM canceled last minute. So it's myself and Cook bring you bear market vibes. Would you call this at the moment? It's just bouncing off a.
I'm getting better at this, but like I get pretty excited. I'm getting better. I've been like really working on my patience for like this whole cycle since the end of NFTs. I've progressively improved my patience, and I was pretty patient the last 2 or 3 months. I got excited on this bounce, I'll say, and so I don't know. It's like World War III now or something. I just started to see. I'm not sure. We got to talk about it, I guess, but. Yeah, I hope it's not another fake out. Things were looking pretty good to start 2026.
It would be a bit of a kick in the teeth fake out this one to die at 94. I think at least people were hoping that this would run to 100. Me included. I kind of felt like this was a run to 100. I still do, actually.
I had a plan. I added some memes and like I didn't take a lot of new trades, but like I started to add some memes, and I'm not really farming perp dexes, but I'm using the newer ones, and like I'll put on a trade on a new like NATO I've been using. It's the Kraken one, and I had a Fartcoin trade, and I'm long Pengu right now, and I just keep adding to it. And my plan with most of these memes was Bitcoin 100K, and I'm going to take profits. Like I was targeting 100K for this bounce at least. So I don't know, monkey wrench though. It's like. It's been a brutal market for months, I think, man. Like,
yeah, look at that. That is horrific. When was that? So that's the 20th of November was that low, and then we've just kind of hacked around since then.
But if you zoom out even more, it's like October. 126K was October or something.
Yeah. Like I have to say that's not a good looking chart to me, but I do think that there's enough of a relief bounce that you go to 100K before anything kind of happens. All I would say is I know a lot of people with the same sort of plan. Do you know what I mean? It's like
that's bad.
It's going to bounce to 100. Fartcoin's going to go like 600 million, and I'll get out then. I don't know if it will get there just because I think everyone's playing the relief rally ahead of like the actual like a real rally. Yeah. But it's nice. It's nice that stuff did move. There's a lot of like, oh my god, you should have owned Pepe since the start of the year because it's up 70%. Fartcoin's up 70%. I did not own either of those at the start of the year, so I did miss that trade. But it is, if you zoom out on like a Pepe chart, it's not an easy time to say, hey, this is the time I'm going to invest, and then it goes up 75%.
Yeah, it would have been hard. Something I did good on this bounce, I didn't add any memes, and I was just watching and whatever, waiting. And then the day that Pepe went up like 40% or something, like the first day, I just looked down the list of memes, and I'm like, Fartcoin hasn't moved. And I put on like a pretty big Fartcoin long because I knew it was going to happen. Like, and so for me, the takeaway, I mean, I don't know about Pepe all-time highs and like the idea that there would be another meme cycle where they go to like these crazy numbers, like I don't think it's going to happen. But clearly right now there's no new meta, like there's no new type of asset to buy. There's no new exciting thing. And so it seemed like people chase stuff. Like they want some kind of BTC beta, and they want to like, it was interesting to see memes bounce, and Fartcoin was a really easy trade. And I think now it's probably not going to work next time, but Fartcoin's never really gone below 20 cents, like since its original run. I think if Fartcoin gets around like, 30 cents, 200, 300 million, you could just DCA spot forever. It will always come back. Like I have more confidence in Fartcoin than Pepe. I closed that trade. I closed it a little early. I guess now I'm smart for closing it, but I have some spot. But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting to see memes bounce, man. And like memes are kind of easy because the majors lead. Like it was Pepe. I made a trade on Bonk. I even made a trade on Useless. That worked pretty well. Fartcoin was the best one. Pengu I'm planning to hold. But it's like these were all just new all-time highs are kind of hard to believe, maybe, but Pengu, look at this thing. It can come up, man. Like, and to be honest, this is the only meme with like the metrics behind Pengu. I sound like a middle curver even saying that, but like
I love it.
Meme coin, right? Like it's you got Igloo, right? And like those guys are beast mode all the time. The stuff they've done is crazy. They advise the government like that ETF's going to come out any day. Like that stuff matters at some point, unless they just stop working.
Yeah, I think Pengu and Farcoin are slightly different trades, aren't they? Like,
yes.
Farcoin is very much a Pepe, like just memes, pure memes will bounce. It feels like the sort of market where, and you remember this from like 2022, 2023, like stuff can really fucking run because everyone who's still here is still just here and they're looking for something to make money on. They're looking to gamble. Like there will be stuff that goes up and down in this market. But it is just us. It's just us. I don't think there was a single new wallet that would have bought Farcoin in this period, like somebody who's notebook. So you have to play these sort of, you have to say, look, this isn't going to go to $1 billion, but this can go up 50%. And then when is the moment that you get in and out? You have to have incredible discipline about it. And I think I saw a post about it the other day, which is like, this would be the prime example that if a new meta was to come along, it would just catch fire. Like you just know it would, because the people all here want to find something new. So I do think it's a sort of market actually where you should lock in way more than other times that I've thought about with crypto, and not on the majors, but on that new thing that comes up that gets put in a group chat and you go
fade
like,
it. You think it's weird.
Yeah, and you go, that's dumb, and actually. Then it goes like we kind of saw it a little bit with White Whale, but I think it's more than just like controlled supply. I think it could be like almost like a mini meta where it gets put in there and you go like, no, I'd never buy that, and then it just goes. So I actually think now is a really good time to pay attention to the market, but not on. I still don't think Bitcoin's going to go above 100K or like be sustained above 100K. So I'm kind of this view. It's just like. Focus on the new shit, the altcoins that might run, and you could have like parabolic gains. There will be something that 10, 100x's, like in the next month or so.
I always talk about this, man. This is like my thesis. Like in between cycles, everybody leaves, right? When you're like, oh, it's just us. There's no new wallets. I think even more so than it just being us, it's less of us, because people that left aren't coming back, or they haven't come back. So many people got wrecked during memes, they leave, just like NFTs, right? The space really shrinks. And like, you have some secret indicators just like I do, but you have a big Twitter account, and I guarantee your growth is way slower. And during a bull market, you're adding followers every day for no reason. You just like on a list and normies are coming in and they're following the big accounts. Between NFTs and now, and it was the same thing between the ICO cycle and DeFi, but like, crypto's a wasteland, and then these weird like glimmers of hope come up, and one of the weird new things will end up being the big thing. And you're to maximize your chances of being early. Every single crypto meta, big or small, between NFTs and memes being the main like cycle narrative, the meme super cycle. There was SocialFi, there was ordinals, there was memes on or like BRC coins, runes, all that dumb Bitcoin stuff. All of those, if you were early, you could have cooked. Like they're 100x, 1000x opportunities. If you were there online every day watching, doesn't mean trading, right? Like watching, try to catch the new thing, all of those things, even memes. I remember someone sent WIF to a group chat, and I was like, this is like fall 2023. And I was like, fuck, this is stupid. Every single Sol coin goes to 10K and gets cheated because everyone on Sol is in Mumbai. And it was like that at the time. And then WIF was on Bloomberg, and it went to 4 billion or some stupid number. And it's always like that. So I try to train myself to just like look at everything, and I still fade stuff. Like I'll see stuff and I'll be like, this is dumb. I don't know what it's going to be, but there will be something weird. And there'll be false starts like SocialFi, false starts like ordinals. And we just got to wait and see, man. It could be a long time. It could be when memes on Sol started to cook, like that was fall 2023. In summer or spring 2023, Bitcoin hit like 14K. And by that time, I think it was 30 or 40, maybe 35K. I don't know. But people were still talking about how it was a bear market. Like all the NFT people were like, oh, it's a bear market when the bull comes, Like when you're in a bull market, people still think it's a bear market. And then you look back in 12 months or 18 months and you're like, oh yeah, it was a bull market. And some people don't agree. There's some NFT people on the timelines think that a bull market didn't come, right? And we had a pretty good bull market. Like, so yeah, anyways, it's a big rant, but like the point is you maximize your chances of making like life-changing gains and catching something important early if you're there when everybody gives up and you just watch for the new stuff.
Yeah, that is completely my view. I'm not here for majors. I'm here for new stuff right now, and I think you need to be in the right chats. You need to be actively looking for that new stuff, because I'm a big believer in the idea that like if the market feels like it wants it, it will happen. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
new stuff kind of happens all the time in crypto, and sometimes it catches on and sometimes it doesn't. Like. And I get the feeling that the market will want something new here, and we will find that thing. And the only other like trends I kind of see at the moment, like this vibe coding shift.
I was going to say, man, I got my eyes open for some crypto application of vibe coding, but like, I'm not sure. It's got to be a way where you can get money or get in early, and it's a good Ponzi. You know,
yeah.
So I'm watching and I'm thinking, but vibe coding is going crazy. Like,
you done anything around it? I've been doing a little bit of it for Mando minutes, which has been good.
Yeah, I've actually been experimenting with building some stuff, and like I don't have a crypto app coming out, or this isn't some stealth shill, but I used a combination of Grok and Gemini to do a ton of stuff. I haven't gone to the coding level yet. I use Claude a little bit, but yeah, I'm, in my boomer way, I'm using the tools and I'm like massively impressed. It's crazy. And every week it gets better. It's really actually nuts.
Yeah, I downloaded the Claude terminal over the weekend, which is kind of what you do.
Cool.
You pay for the high subscription, and then you download it onto your desktop, and then it can basically take control of your desktop. So you give it a task, and then it opens up your Google Chrome, and we'll go in and like just be doing it in the background, basically.
Yeah. See, I'm still using like Gemini and Grok like research analysts. They're like my little team, and I give them instruction. But I got to make this leap into Claude and pay. I actually have the billing screen up right now and like pick the plan.
It's worth it, like just to try it out, because you get a sense of what this is going to be, which is almost like a personal assistant. It moves beyond it being like an encyclopedia, which you then follow, to now it being like, it doesn't even need you to get involved almost. And I think just as life progresses, getting accustomed with these sort of tools is probably going to be worth it. Like it's definitely not going to hurt you to spend some time doing it. I tried to do this sort of AI agent stuff like a year ago, basically. And it was just too much. Like you basically kind of still had to have some level of programming knowledge for it to really work out. And I just didn't speak any of the languages, and just the way it was done was just not good. So then this one is like basically a ChatGPT style interface with a AI agent. It's still not perfect. Like I'd still want the interface actually to be even more, explain it like I'm 5, make it as easy as possible. But it is, if you've got an IQ of over 100, I think you can do some pretty cool stuff with it.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this. We're going to get the first company with no employees and one founder, just one human that's worth $1 billion quick.
It's going to be Frank.
I was thinking it could be. Yeah. I mean, he's really, you know what? Like, he's a fucking smart guy. Like he did D-Gods, and like, everybody fuds him and whatever, but they're all just kind of haters coping. But like he did D-Gods, right? He's a marketing beast. And like, I'm not some Frank fucking dick rider. I fudded Frank. I was the best at fudding Frank actually when it was cool, and now it's not cool. So I'll just give him his flowers. But he went from that to he was a bit late to this whole like meme coin meta. Like he was still working on D-Gods and trying to force it in season 3 and all this shit. And that was dumb. And I mean, it's good. He did good on his holders, like working for so long on D-Gods. Then he went into Soul meme coins in the AI meta, and kind of drove a lot of that meta, really crushed it, like big wins. People flooded him. Oh yeah, they're launching the coins, all this shit, whatever, whether he was or he wasn't. He went to FOMO and he's still number one on the all-time leaderboard on FOMO for P&L. And like, they were with major coins. Like, they're not memes where he's just like farming copy traders. He had like 3 or 4 big trades, pure skill. And then he had a little perp stint. He did good. I don't know. He stopped talking about it. Maybe he got wrecked. But now he's like the vibe coding king, right? And so yeah, I think he's multi-talented, man. And I think that maybe he will be the first guy to launch I mean, everybody in the world under 25 is trying to be the first person to have $1 billion AI agent enterprise. So we don't know. But yeah, I think Frank's going to do something big. And Frank, I want in on it, or not into, I don't want to do work. I want to invest. That's all.
Yeah, I think, I feel it. Obviously, Yeet has like 50 people now, so it's like a big old beast. But I do think that there was a world even before this where it could have been 2-3 times that already. Like, there is it's such a crutch to firstly the developers, right? The developers, you can use this for like the way that the code now is developed, particularly Claude Code or Cursor or some of these others. Like, they are essentially a mini developer or like a junior developer alongside you, sometimes even higher level than that. Then we use it for a lot of our content, our idea generation, risk management. Like, it is just, I think I would have had to hire just so many more people already. And soon I'll just be able to get rid of everyone, and it will just including the producer of this show. You better watch yourself. No, of course I'd never do that. I do think there is a human element to this, like particularly like the community building sort of stuff that you can't really do with AI. But if you're just going to build a SaaS product, like Frank just did, I mean, you can. They can be spun up.
Yeah, I think
you see this on screen. The intern's fighting back.
I think the interesting thing is like I'd be curious. You just built this huge business. You have 50 employees. You guys have grown really fast. I would be curious if you started today, if in a year or whatever, how long it's been, if you'd have 50 employees. Probably not, maybe. But like, the only thing AI is not going to be able to do at the pace it's progressing, in my mind, is like these ill-defined jobs. Like, I used to work at a bank, and I had a good job. I was pretty senior. I was doing like highbrow, white collar stuff. My Gemini could do my job in 1 second, a millisecond. Like, it's not, all those jobs are going away. The entire white collar economy should and can be gone within like 5 years, maybe faster. It's like ill-defined, growth marketing. That's going to be tough for AI. I'm pretty glad I pivoted from a real job into being like a niche internet celebrity or whatever the fuck I am, because that's something that AI can't do. And maybe I can actually just put my cartoon mask onto an AI that is trained to be just like me, and I can just go surf all day and I don't have to do anything, and the AI can just be me. But because I built me up myself, an AI can't just do that, right? Like, there'll be AI celebrities, whatever. That's a separate thing. But yeah, it's really weird. I think that the ill-defined roles are the ones that AIs won't be able to do yet. Eventually, they're just going to be able to mimic everything. But maybe that's where a human element becomes important, where people are like,
that's what I'm getting at. What AI has increasingly replaced, at least in our business, is on the tech and development side of things. Or we still need people when the systems aren't built for AI. So like the back office may not be built for it, or some of the plug-in people that we have from a data side or from like KYC might not have it, or all this sort of stuff. But where you need them is on the human element. Like, people actually like that, I think, in lots of different bits of the business. So weirdly, like, being just a customer-facing person, even at the down to like, I know support, a lot of customer support's been replaced by AI, but in my honest opinion, like, the best reaction often is when you're actually dealing with a human on various different bits of the business. So like, if it's relationship management with affiliates or with the IP players, or if it's with with community events, all this sort of stuff has to be a person, or like it gets lost. So this is what I mean. Like you need to know, it's almost those positions can become even more valuable because you're the only person, like that's the only bit of the business that doesn't need to be AI when there's the human element of a business.
Yeah, that's a good point. Nobody wants to talk to an AI, even if it's a really good AI.
Right, exactly.
Like if I'm ever in a chat, I'm just spamming agent. Like I don't want to.
Just just imagine like you've just like something's gone wrong with a game and it's fucked up on like a blackjack table, and you don't want to speak to an AI. Like, trust me, you want to speak to one of the founders. You want to speak to someone VIP. Similarly, like when we do our community events, you don't just want to be like some AI handing out the prize. It's like you need to feel that. So
especially in a financial business, like with financials, like any bank, like Robinhood has excellent support, right? But like any type of financial business where they don't have excellent support, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
So you can actually invest in a different way as you grow, like all the tech stuff, maybe AI does. And then that allows you to put more effort and more investment into like the human element, which is very important. Interesting.
That's what I'm basically saying. I think the actual value here is just being a decent human being who can actually have a conversation with people. Maybe not decent, right term, but
the alpha is just not being a robot. Maybe like that.
Yeah, if you can draw people to you as a human, that is huge. And I think that's actually been weirdly that has been a huge bit of the people that we have hired have been people that I think are very good humans. Let me put it that way. To everyone who is a Yeet staff member, you are a very good human. That's basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's really cool. I saw a chart that online time and like time in apps and social media and stuff peaked for Gen Z or whatever. Like it's going down. I think there's going to be a revolt. Like human connection might make a comeback. And so this is a thread that might lead me down the deep rabbit hole. I don't know how to make money off it yet. I mean, for you invest in the human element of Yeet. That's actually very smart. And like human relations with the player base. Interesting.
Did you see this Vitalik tweet the other day? Just changing tones slightly.
I heard about it, and it
was a lot, nearly 1 million of impressions now.
No, I didn't read it.
If you go to Vitalik, I think he may have pinned, or it's definitely his top tweet intern. But he basically was talking back just to like, crypto's not about the finance. It's just about the values. And like, I don't know, the future of ETH essentially is more tied to those values sometimes than about the finance. Let me put it that way. Got a lot of debate because I think if this tweet had come out when ETH was at like 900 or like 1,000 or 1,500, I think it would have caused some drama. Now it's at like 3,200. Everyone's kind of like, oh, okay, well, you can say this sort of stuff. But a lot of people were like, no, like we've got to focus on this being valuable, like a place to make money. He's basically saying that, this is about freedom, like your ability to do anything everywhere. And we're not going to be the most profit maximized space versus, I don't know, Silicon Valley, but we're going to be valuable. A lot of Solana people I saw came for him pretty hard, and then a lot of .eth were like, this is why I'm here.
I mean, that's something I liked about Vitalik, like from the early days. He's a bit of a quad vaxxed cuck and like whatever. He's easy to make fun of and make memes, but he's kind of a living legend. And he was always, I remember like right from the beginning, he'd always talk about banking the unbanked and like, this kind of freedom angle, right? I don't think he's in it to make a whole bunch of money, even though he obviously did and he probably likes it. But it's cool. He's like a man of principle. And ETH has been a bit co-opted by bankers, right? Like you have like Jamie Dimon pivoted, and like you got Tom Lee aping billions. These guys are only in it for money. So interesting juxtaposition, maybe. Like I don't know where it leads.
Well, it kind of, and I spoke about this slightly earlier as well, but I do think it goes back to my general thesis on crypto is that the value is in the freedom. The value is in the apps that are created on top of these chains. more than necessarily the chain itself. The chain is really just is a bit of open source technology which allows thousands of interactions between individuals all over the world, right? And I think there's been a lot of focus on like, well, that's the value, like the network. And actually, I think the value is really just in like what then gets created on top of it, or at least increasingly will be. And that's not how crypto was originally built up, right? Crypto was originally built up as like, oh no, like you need to own this infra. It's like this big, you need to own the L1. And it's weird to see him say that almost. And because he obviously runs an L1. But I do think that the value is in the freedom. The value is in the things that people are going to be able to do on top of this. And some of those will be for profit maximization. Some of them will be nothing to do with profit. But like, it's just a really cool piece of technology. Like that is why you originally got into crypto, right? Like that this is, oh wow, like this is kind of like the internet, but it's slightly different. And they can build so many cool things on top of it. But it was just so financialized at the start, particularly around the time that ETH kind of came in with the ICO, that it was tough to separate the two, and obviously with the coins themselves as well, of the L1s, like it's very, very tough. But if crypto is going to be successful over the next 30 years, 50 years, it is around what he is just saying. It's not around like creating another monad.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot to unpack with this, but yeah, I agree. Like the stages that crypto investors, like the masses, have gone through, it started with, let's LARP about the tech, and this is valuable because it's fast, and this one's valuable because of the TPS is high, or it scales better, or whatever, right? And Vitalik, I guess, was always about this like freedom angle, or it's always been a big part of who he is and why he built ETH. I do think that crypto stays valuable in the long run. And this like app world that we've gone through in the last few years is kind of proving what you just said. But, the value comes from apps and what you can do with chains, not necessarily which chains are being used, right? Like, but yeah, I don't know. I always looked at each chain, or at least like the way my view on crypto has developed is each chain's sort of like an economy, and the economy that attracts the best businesses will be the most valuable. Not necessarily because people aren't using Pump Fund because it's Solana or whatever. They're just using Pump Fund because it's the fastest way to trade memes or launch memes or do whatever. Like, so I don't know, like you're going to have people, and you can spring up infinite economies, right? And it's harder and harder to attract builders and a client base to your economy. Like Monad will fail, I think, right? Why wouldn't it? Because Solana already has all the users that they want, and I don't think that they'll leave. And Totally is different from Vitalik, and I mean, I don't know Totally that well, but to me, Solana is like a corporate chain that was built for the purpose of making money and attracting apps that make money. I don't think he's as principled when it comes to like freedom and banking the unbanked and whatever, like letting people trade goats in Africa and pay each other in Solana. Whereas Vitalik has probably thought about that use case. Like that's a big thing to him. I don't know, man. I think it's all going to grow. If you look at
the quote tweets, you'll kind of see the reaction of it, which is from Ryan's. Is it Ryan Salami, or whatever that guy is who runs Multicoin, and Mert and Dudas, and a bunch of people were just like, this is the reason why ETH has failed, and all these other L1s are going to do well, but
yeah. But they're all just like mini Vitaliks chasing him, right? They're all just like derivs that aren't as cool as him anyways in the end. He's like a...
I agree with what you just said. Like he obviously is pretty left-leaning. Not like, I guess it's not really woke. I think he's just like quite socialist, I would say. Some of his like his thoughts, which is his viewpoint, but to be fair, some of these have been a bit more different, but it did feel as though it's caused some drama amongst some. I kind of hope we get this concept back somewhat in crypto.
I mean, we're kind of going the other way, didn't they? What's happening in the EU now? Like they have the law where every single sex that does business in the EU has to report to tax authorities like your addresses and all this other stuff, every transaction, the addresses that you've sent from or sent to, and that'll increase. It's expanding out of the EU next year. And I think that eventually, well, once they have the addresses you've sent to and you've sent from, if I was a government that was trying to crack down on crypto and privacy, I would have like a massive AI infrastructure of agents going through every single address and trying to determine exactly what you've done since crypto was created. So I think it's cool that Vitalik is principled on this stuff. But I think that it's a hard battle, right? Like it's not, on the one side, you have his investors, like not invested in him, but like who's co-opting ETH and who's buying it and who thinks it's going to be used in the future to be like, okay, you said like crypto will grow because of the use cases beyond the chains and all this stuff. And I agree, like the retail side of crypto will grow based on who's using crypto for what and who's launching apps on these economies and that are making the most money. But the other side, the infrastructure side, is real. Like they'll replace all of the legacy financial infrastructure of the world with variations of crypto that are completely not open and not private. Like, the Swift banking systems from the 70s, and like all banks run on legacy machines from like the 70s and 80s. And so all that's going to go away. I don't know, as a retail investor, how you make money on that. I'm more interested in the other side. And like guys like Tom Lee and I guess now Jamie Dimon to an extent are thinking this stuff will happen on ETH. I think banks will just build their own private like EVM chains,
100%
EVM compatible chains. But so that's very probably against what Vito, like, he probably doesn't love that.
Of course.
Maybe that's why he's talking about this stuff now. It's interesting. It's cool. I hope we get a privacy revolution in crypto. We kind of are a little bit, I guess. But
that's one of the things that he's still pushing for, right? Vitalik's, if you go through his roadmap for ETH, privacy is actually on there, like straight on there. So it will be interesting to see if that gets brought in and what that means.
He uses Railgun too, eh? Like he's a pretty big proponent of Railgun, and he uses it a lot.
Yeah,
he puts big volume through it, which is cool.
Well, I think there's this concept that privacy should be illegal, and I don't think it should be. I think obviously depends what you're doing with the money. Like if you're going to do it for something, then something illegal, then yeah, that's an issue. But the idea of just like a basic person not like having all their financial details online constantly, like I think that's not necessarily something.
I think once stuff like AML, like regulations, I think is cool, like anti-money laundering for listeners that might not know what that is. But so if you go to do like a big financial transaction, maybe you want to off-ramp a ton of crypto and buy a house or something, I think it's okay for the government to be like, where did you get this money? I mean, I'd rather they didn't, but there is some level of reporting that I'm okay with. But the idea that they're going to have AI agents in the government tracking every single thing you do, and some jurisdictions are trying to make self-custody illegal, and I hate that. And so the complete elimination of privacy with digital currencies, I'm really against that. I really hate it. And I think that's quite obviously like what they're pushing for. I think there's going to be CBDCs in Europe, bro, very soon. We're going to see, cash, you can have a bunch of cash and you can go do transactions in cash, and the government doesn't know how much cash you have. But I think in a lot of places, you're not allowed to have more than $10,000 now because they don't like that. They're trying to eliminate this concept. So
I did think this to myself, actually. I thought about it over the last few months. Like I do have a lot of my net worth in crypto. Even though I've, made it from not scamming or like stuff like that, like even just having that amount of your net worth in crypto, I think is kind of dangerous over the next few years because it leaves a door open for a claim on you. Like you said, I live in Europe, so it's maybe more of an issue out here than it is maybe in the US, where it kind of feels like it's maybe going the other way more recently. But I did think to myself, maybe the trade for the next few years is actually just getting as much money off crypto and then getting it back on. Do you know what I mean? Like getting it back on in a way which is like the most regulated possible.
Bro, I've thought about this. I off ramped so right now I kind of have a max I keep in crypto, and I off ramped a lot of money in the last 2 years, like significant portion of my net worth, and just put it into like high quality stocks and like build wealth other ways. I own a lot of IBIT, and so that's something I thought about, and it's just because I hate the direction that governments are going with privacy, and I'm not sure what they're going to do. And like right now you're still good, and I just thought it was a good opportunity, in a pretty good bull market, when you can telegraph the regulations. They kind of told us, and now we're in 2026, and so now they're going to report everything to governments, and it starts with the wallets that you've used to send and the wallets that you've sent out to. I'm not doing any transactions on sexes, but if they have those two things, then they know everything you're doing in DeFi if they're smart.
Yeah. So this I've thought about closing basically every exchange that I don't use, right? Like why would I need to, why should I keep an open exchange account if I'm not using it? So just limit it, and then, because you just know how this goes. It will go something completely random, and you'll be like, how often tax works in different places as well is like, or even not even just tax, like it can just get messy. Like for example, AML is a big thing for Yeet. We have an AML provider. We have like different risk scores. So how it works for us, and this might not be the case for the vast majority of exchanges or sites, but we care about AML. So you have like a risk score from an external provider, and you see where the funds have come from, and if the risk score is above a certain level, then we block it. And also we block withdrawals to certain places. So like we have a pretty sophisticated AML policy, particularly compared to competitors and compared to many exchanges. But like if a government was to look at your money, and I'm telling you right now, the amount of crazy money coming from places which have pretty high sanctions in the Europe and the US, which goes through sites that you use every single day in crypto, is wild. It's absolutely insane. And it may just be like, 5%, 10%, 1%, but sometimes it's like really high for sites that you're just like, oh, okay, that's so random. Like so much money's going through from this place. Because you can see it like on the back office of this AML thing, you can see like popular sites and the amount of percentage of funds that are from sanctioned countries and all this sort of stuff. Like, I don't know how the authorities are going to deal with something like that. So like, if you say, hey, I'm withdrawing my money from this, and it's from, I don't know, an exchange or an NFT exchange or a perp dex or a casino, and let's even just 1% of the funds are from a sanctioned entity, like, I don't know, Iran. They could just be like, no, you're not getting that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even a tax thing. It's like once they open the hood of the money here in crypto, you realize that pretty much every single bit of ETH that you've probably held at one stage, you've probably held money, which is like 100%. Like the way that I see the flows from my back office, it's wild. Like the amount of money that's flowing around. They always say like, if you have a $10 bill or $20 bill, like it's probably been used to snort cocaine. Like it is 100% gone through a sanctioned country at some stage. The ETH in your wallet. So like, you just got to be aware of that. As this
Coinbase has closed accounts and asked people questions like that. Like I saw tweets about people getting asked the last time they traveled to Somalia and like weird stuff already, right? Like last year. And so,
so we go 5 hops. We go 5 hops back. So you see like, and you might just have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, I wonder how much North Korean Bitcoin I have. Probably, I've got a bit for sure.
Probably a lot, man. Like, think about how much they fucking laundered in this space. It's like tens of billions at this stage, and they launder it for dollars. So
it's like a not insignificant part of their GDP, man. Like Lazarus Group is their economy.
It's not just them. Like, obviously, a lot of the like Venezuela was sanctioned for a long time. Iran was. A lot of Middle Eastern or African countries have been, and like crypto is actually often the payment rails there. So like,
Did you
definitely touched Maduro's fucking tether, dude. Like, I'm telling you,
the cost to mine a Bitcoin, the electricity cost to mine a Bitcoin in Iran is like $2,000. I saw a map.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it? It's like the lowest in the world by orders of magnitude. It's crazy. So they probably have state-sponsored Bitcoin mining that nobody knows about. I would.
No, they definitely do. Like, it's very well known that they have a huge amount of the Bitcoin hash rate comes from Iran, in those mountains, right? So it's a big bit of how the government makes money, or people close to the government. So I do think it's you're touching that sort of money. There's no doubt. I do have to run at the top of the hour, so I don't know if we want to move to the prizes maybe slightly early, so we don't run over.
Yeah, that's good. I like this show. Very interesting conversation.
Exactly. Right. When me and you get on, it's like a good combo. Rekt 2160 feels like they've got to win. Oh, did win. Okay, Rekt.
3 spins though.
3 spins. I mean, if he doesn't win on 3 spins.
Here he goes. Let's go.
Okay. So, if there's a good chance that this is, it's going to go to one of them again, though, isn't it? So, what happens if we go to one of them again? Do we go to we just keep running? Do you want to keep doing it in the background, intern, and then we'll just move to the thing? And are we doing it on your account, or? I think so, right? Okay, so you keep running it in the background. We'll find another winner. So this is going to be for Rekt Eater. You in the chat, Rekt Eater? Still Christmas, man. Love it.
I love the Christmas theme. Wow.
Oh, it's me. I suck at this. So I'll take you 2 more. We'll see where we go. What do you think? 1 more. Yeah. I think we got to try and get to 2 grand. Let's try and double the money, and then we'll go. Oh, I just go to the tracks. All right, go to the tracks.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh!
Yes, nice.
Okay, 1 more. Oh, 1 more. Oh! All right. I suck at this. What are we doing? Is it you or no?
It might not even be him, but I think it's funny.
On it, bud. Who the fuck even is this? Shit. Is it you?
Yeah, it's me. Good enough for me. It's him.
Yeah, it's me. I mean, we're just going to credit the account. So, what do you want to do? Cash here. Cash.
Nice win, buddy. Good 20.
Oh my god, it was a bomb.
Oh no!
Oh my god, it was a bomb. Oh brother.
Who knew? Fub 420 knew. Darn it, bud.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Gains are gains, bro.
Gains are gains. Okay. Coop, you take the wheel on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Go 3.
Oh my god.
Oh, Rekt.
Rekt 2160 I'm sorry, man. You get 500. Rules is rules. Who won the last one? Here we go. Oh, winners. Okay, go Alex. Okay. A multiple-time winner of the Rekt Radio competition. A whale and a streamer. Okay, go Alex. Where do you want to do, man? Track me to the tracks.
Track me. Let's go. Yeah. Tracks is the way.
Oh my God. All right.
Bro, they had to make you pay for that barn run.
That was the barn. Like, I suck at this. You could have won. What do you win if you go to the barn?
Oh man.
20 grand.
Oof. Yeah.
Oof.
Shit.
Oof.
We gotta hit a barn on the show one day. That'd be sick.
We just need to have people who just put up too much and we need a bull market for that. We need a bull market to hit the barn. Like 3K sounds pretty good in this sort of market. It's like, yeah, pays for rent for a month or two.
Oh yeah, I'd love 3K. Go ape Pengu.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks again for tuning in. We'll hopefully be back again next week. Kook, always a pleasure. Always a good chat with you. Hopefully get some good clips from that one as well. But yeah, see you again next week, guys. Thanks for tuning in.